Get back to where we were. We are at the beginning of, I think, Perek Dalet, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Perek Dalet. There we are. Derech Kinyat Hazehirut. Kinyat Hazehirut. Okay. The way to acquire being careful. Okay. We were talking about being careful in all your actions and the way to acquire that. So he goes. Here we go. Says that Ramchal. Hineh. What is it that brings a person to this midah, this trait of being careful regarding sinning? Obviously, he says, "Hu limud Torah." That learning Torah is what's going to get you there. The first opening line of the Baraita, which is the basis of all of Mesilat Yesharim, is Torah mevi'ah lidei zehirut. It's like it's like when you put on the right glasses and you can see things. So the Torah are the glasses that allow you to be careful to stay away from the things that you shouldn't. Onam, however, al derech prat, right? We'll be more particular. It's thinking about homer ha'avoda asher chaya baha adam ve'omek din aleha. Right? The importance are. He says homer ha'avoda. He doesn't mean the actual worship. He means the hashivut, the importance of the mitzvot, of what we're obligated and what the judgment will be if we are lax in the future about them. And the learning of the Torah will get you to this point where you start to think about, that there are repercussions to all my actions. And that is really what's going to get you to become careful. The Yitzelo Mizeh, right? It comes down, the Ha'iyun b'ma'asim ha'ktuvim, right? If you're going to read or looking into or learning, studying Ma'asim Ketuvim b'Sifrei HaKodesh, right? Stories that are written in holy books, Min halimud b'Ma'amarei Chachamim, right? Statements that the rabbis have made in different locations, in the Gemara, in the Rishonim. Zichronam levracha moranim al zeh. They're sort of guiding us into wake up call for you when you start to read what they're talking about. V'hinei yesh hitbonenut hazeh he'arot b'hadraga. And we start to analyze and start to think. There's different levels for different people, all right, and different people will take different things out of this thought process. So lishlame hadat, those that are complete mind, meaning ones that are a little bit more advanced, right? They're very smart people, right? So and some that are a little bit less, and then there's things for everybody. So he's going to break it down for you what each person should be taking away when they start to think about being more particular about their actions. It says those that are complete in their mind, meaning people that are understand what they're doing in this world and why they're here and what they need to do. It says right, for the people that are on this level, that they understand that what their job in this world is to create themselves into the best that they can be, the shlemut, the wholeness. And that is all that I want to do. Yahamed mehem means I desire. That's what I like, right? Lo tahmud, right? That's my desire. My desire is that I want to make sure that I am the perfect me, the best that I can be. Right? There's nothing worse than not reaching your potential. Right? Staying away or not reaching that final goal of what you're supposed to be and not getting there, that's the worst. Okay? People are on that level, that's the highest level. Right? Once they realize this, right? They start to understand that how do I get to that shlimut, right? That potential, that complete potential that I'm looking for. Well, the way to do that, right? The emsa'im, the means by which I need to reach that level is ma'asim tovim and midot tovot, right? So good actions, good character traits. So you start to work on yourself. Right? For sure, a person who's on this level and understands that that's where they're going will never want to weaken, right, their desire for doing good or doing what they're supposed to be doing there, because they know that that is the goal. So they're just going to keep going down that path, right? And they'll always try to stay away from things that will prevent them from reaching their goals. They're not going to take it leniently. They're not going to take it lax. They're going to go after the gusto. They want to do it all. They understand. It's clear to them. But right, right? If they know that they don't follow this path that they're going on, right, and they're going to be weak and lax, or he's doing it, but he's not doing it with the full effort, they're not going to reach their final potential. It's not going to happen. They're going to fall short of their goal. The amount of effort that they put in to work on themselves and to prepare themselves is what they're going to get out. And therefore, if they're lax in their preparation, they're weak in their preparation, so then they're not going to come out with the final result that they're looking for. They're going to come back incomplete. That would be a disaster for them. Okay, these people that understand this are only going to be the most strict, most stringent, making sure that they're doing everything the right way, because they know that at the end of the day, falling short is not an option. They're not going to rest. Right? They're worried. They're worried about coming back incomplete, meaning coming back in Shammai when they get back up there. We'll talk about it in a minute. Right? Remember, this is the highest level. These are the peoples that are striving for perfection. They want to come back to Shamayim perfect. Right? Praiseworthy is the one who is always fearful. This reference of being mifached, it doesn't mean scared of life, or it means b'divrei Torah aktiv, having fear of, meaning yirat shamayim. That's what it means. It means having fear. You want to keep the Torah because you're not going to allow yourself to get up to shamayim and not be perfect. V'hineh, it says at the end, sof zot hamadrega hu hanikra yirat chet. If you go down this path of being particular in all your actions, that is what's going to bring you to the level called fear of sin. This is one of the most praiseworthy levels. Right? A person who's completely worried, that he's worried that at any point he might come across a sin that's going to cause him to become incomplete. He knows that that's his goal. His goal is to come back perfect, right? And therefore, he's worried about sinning. That's yirat chet, because he doesn't want to have that setback. Right? They bring an example. It says, "Melamed shekol echad nichve mechupato shel chavero." Literally translates that it's a quote from, I believe it's the Gemara, if I'm not mistaken, from Baba Batra. It's Baba Batra Ayin Hey. The Gemara over there says, right, that each person is going to be burnt. Nichve is burn. Mechupato, from the chuppah, right, the canopy, shel chavero. And what they're talking about over here is the place in Olam Haba. Okay, that each person, when they get there, they're going to see some of their friends are in places much better than them, right? And they're going to feel embarrassed. They're going to be burning, right? That's the burning example they're talking about over here. It means burning from embarrassment. Mechupato, from the chuppah of his friend, where his friend's location in Olam Haba, right, is much better than his, and there's going to be, and that's going on with everybody. It's like this jealousy going on, that, oh my God, why did I waste my time doing this? Look at this guy, he did so much better, and look where he ended up, and look at where I am, right? He says, Ki en ze mitam hakin'ah asher tipol rak b'chasrei hadat. He says, don't think it's only the jealousy, right, That would be true of people that have haser da'at. They're not complete in their thoughts, right? They're not fully understanding what's going on. Which he's going to mention in a little bit. Ella, what's the problem over here? He says, the embarrassment is not going to come from jealousy of your friend. The embarrassment is going to come from you yourself, knowing that you fell short of your potential, that you had the power to do better, to make yourself better, and you didn't do it. Therefore, if you understand, you start to think about this, what I just told you, that someone who is shalem b'da'ato, completely cognizant of what's going on around him and why they're here in this world, he will be very careful. He's going to be extremely careful with all of his actions. Okay, and therefore, he's telling you that the goal, your eye on the goal, is where you're going to end up in Olam Haba, and therefore, that the people that are understanding that, they will stay away from sin as much as possible, as much as they can, because they're worried that it's going to cause them to come back incomplete, and coming back incomplete is not an option. Okay, that's what he's saying over here. Not an option for them. Say that. Okay. However, one level down, right? So this is the highest level, right, that we're discussing now, a little bit less. Right? So they're going also to, based on their own understanding. For them, they'll look at it like, oh, the reason I need to do better or to make myself better so that I'll get myself a better place in Olam Haba. For them, it's about their kavod. Right? So the highest level is, I need to reach my complete potential. If I don't come back complete, that's embarrassing to me, because I knew I had the power to do it, and I could not do it. I could, but I didn't, and that's the problem. And that's going to be the cause of the embarrassment. The second level, a little bit weaker, a little bit lower level, is that I want to do better. Why? Because I want the kavod. I want the honor. V'zeh ki pashut etzel kol ba'al da'at. Oh, I forgot to turn on my little pen. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Spotlight. Here we go. Here. Oh, this one. There we go. It's clear to understand, anyone who has any knowledge, no matter what level you're on, you're going to understand that in Olam Haba, right, the way that people are going to be given their portion of Olam Haba is based on their actions in this world. That's pashut. Everybody understands that. And therefore, okay, you want to make sure, right, that you're getting something that, that you think is worthy, that you're worthy of, and therefore they're doing it for the kavod. The only way that you get a place better than your friend is that you had better actions. You were better in this world, more mitzvot than him, and then you get a better place. The one with the less mitzvot is going to be in a lower place. Therefore, right? How can a person just disregard his actions? Right? Or to hold back his efforts in trying to improve himself. He knows in the future it's definitely going to harm him if he doesn't do what he's supposed to. And he's starting to get to the point that I really want to reach today. But he's starting to mention that, once a person gets there into Olam Haba, and whatever, bed that you made for yourself in this world, that's the one you're going to sleep in. There's no way to adjust anymore the level that you're on. The level adjustment of where you want to end up can only be done in this world. And therefore, the person, right, when he gets there and he's not happy with what he's got, well, now what? Well, sorry, tough luck, right? And that's the problem. So this, there's people that are doing it because they're concerned about not reaching their potential. Then there are these people that are doing it because of the kavod, right? V'hinei. He says, let's go further. V'hinei yesh hapita'im. Those that are really, debab, right? Those people are simple people. Hamivakshim rak hekel me'elehim. Do me a favor. I don't need any extra work. Give me the easy route. Well, Sheomru, what are they going to say? Lama niyaga atzmenu b'kol kach chasidut u'perishut. Why do I have to be so pious and so careful? Halo dailanu shelo niyeh merasha'im anidonim begehenam. It's good enough for me if I don't get to Gehenam. If I can get to Gan Eden, I don't care what seat I've got, right? Anachnu lo nidhak atzmenu lekanes began Eden lefnai v'lefnim. I don't need front row seats. I'm okay if I have the bleachers, right? I'll take a small part. It's okay. I don't need this whole, the whole front row stuff. Anu dailanu bazeh. Right? This is the simple person. So I'm good over there. It's enough for me. Leave me all over. I need the easy route. I want to enjoy this world, and I'll get some enjoyment in the next world, and I'll be good. I'm okay with that. Right? That's the people he's talking about. Anu dailanu bazeh. Why should I make my journey through this world so difficult? I'm okay with where, give me the seats, in the nosebleed section. Omnam, she'ela achat nish'al mehem. We should ask them a question. What was the question he wants to ask? Hayuchlu kol kach al nakla lisbol ba'olam hazeh aholef lirot echad mehavrehem mechubad u'minusei yoter mehem u'mosher alehem. Kol shekem echad me'avdehem ومن העניים הנבזים ושפלים בעיניהם ולא יצטערו ולא יהיו דמם רותח בקרבם. Says, ask that person who says, just give me an easy road over here in this world. Yeah? Ask him, let me ask you a question. Let's say the guy that you think is like a nobody, I don't know, pick somebody that was really like a hazik case, right? And all of a sudden, he becomes the king. And you're his slave, you're his servant. Okay, that's what's going to happen in Olam Haba, because the people that you think in this world are shafel and are ani and are nivzeh, they're the people that are not looked at with kavod, very well could be the guy that's on the top level over there. And you think you're high and mighty, you're going to get there and you're going to be, underneath that guy, not even under that guy. You're going to be a slave. You're going to be. So now, wouldn't that burn for you if somebody picked the bum on the corner that's homeless sleeping in the cardboard box, and tomorrow he's your boss, and you got to do everything that he tells you to do? That's what you're talking about. And would that burn you? Would that drive you crazy? Well, that's what's going to happen in Olam Haba. That's what you have to tell these people. He says, lo vaday, right? For sure, the guy's going to go crazy. Hine enenu haraot. We see clearly. Kol amal ha'adam lehinaseh kol mi sheyuchal velasim mekomo ben haramim biyoter. In this world, what people doing? They're running, they're working, they're harding. They want to sit with the hashubim, right? They want to be adam hashub. Ki hi kinat ish mire'ehu. They're jealous of each other. Ve'im yer'eh havero mitromem vehu nish'ar shafal. When you have a guy, he was his good friend, and his good friend all of a sudden became very wealthy, became very hashub, became president of this organization and that organization, and this guy is still a regular Joe Schmo. Right? He has no choice. He's going to start. It's going to suffer. He's not going to be comfortable. He's not going to be happy about it. It's impossible. His heart will melt inside of him, right? Because he's going to be upset. Me'ata. Understand now. Im kach kashe alehem. If it's so difficult, liot shfalim mizulatam b'ma'alot hamedumot v'hakozvot, she'en hashiflut bam ela lepanim, ve'lo hahinaseh ela shav v'shechet. איך יוכלו לסבול שיראו עצמם שפלים יותר מאנשים עצמם אשר הם עטב שפלים מהם. וזה במקום המעלה האמיתית היקר והנצחי. He says, let me tell you something. How could it be? You think if it's bad in this world, if we made the homeless guy your boss, right? How bad do you think it's going to be, right? Because in this world, when we took at this homeless guy, we're measuring the homeless guy with something he's calling medumot v'kozvot, right? The way we're evaluating the worth of that person is dimyon, it's imaginations, it's things that we made up. We made the levels up, and they're lies. It's not true. Okay, she'ena shiflut bam, the low level of that person, ela lepanim, that's only external. That's what you see. V'lo hayinaseh, it's not, and not the guy that was raised up that you think is adam hashuv. Also, that's also all external. It's all shav v'sheker. It's nonsense. It's lies. And now, ech yuchlu lisbol, how were they able to survive? She'ir'u atzmam shfilim yoter me'otam anashim. When you get to Olam Haba and you see the person, the guy that you thought was a nobody, right? And all of a sudden you're on a lower level than him. And over there, that level that you're on, that's the truth. That's we're using the measuring stick. That's real. It's not just external. That's the emet. It's eternal. So you put yourself in a position of eternal embarrassment because the guy that you thought was nobody is actually a giant, and you're under him, and now you're stuck there for the rest of your life. Le'olam va'ed, netzach, forever. In this world, we don't know the value of anybody. We don't pay any attention to him. Right? We ignore him. Over there, you're going to see who he really is. You're going to be embarrassed, right? And you're going to be suffering. You're going to have a tremendous amount of suffering, and it's eternal suffering. It's not temporary suffering like this world. Okay? It's very difficult words that he's telling us over here. It's things that we don't pay attention to. It's scary thoughts. לך שאין הסבלנות הזה אשר הם דורשים לעצמם להקל מהם חומר עבודה אלא פיתוי וכוזב שמפתה, right? He says this, they don't have the patience, right, to play the long game to get to what they need to get to, and they want to take kill, they want to take the easy road in this life. You know what that is? Pitui. They're being led astray. Kozev, they're being lied to. Who's doing it? Mefateh yitzram otam. They're being seduced by the Yetzirah. Velo davar amiti klal. It's all false. The Yetzirah knows that the real measurement is in the future. They know that. Okay? And he knows that, and he's trying to tell you, why you have to work so hard in this world? Take it easy. So you'll sit in the nosebleed section, big deal. You'll sit at the top in the bleachers. So what? At least you'll be there. That's what he's telling you, right? If they really saw the truth, they would never listen to this Yetzirah. Never. Since they're not trying, they just listen and they're happy. Oh, it sounds like a good plan, so they just do it. They're never going to turn away until it's too late. Okay, they're not going to have any more chance, right, to fix what they've already ruined. So I'm going to jump down for a minute over here. He writes a beautiful explanation on a pasuk in Shir HaShirim. I think it's fantastic. Right, the person will no longer have a chance to fix that which they've destroyed. It says, B'Shir HaShirim ne'emar al mishkavi balelot bikashti et sha'ahava nafshi v'kashtiv velo metzativ. Right? Pasuk we're familiar with, right? While I'm a literal translation, while I'm lying on my bed at night, al mishkavi balelot, bikashti et sha'ahava nafshi, I looked for the love of my nefesh, the person I'm loving. Bikashtiv, I looked, velo metzativ, I did not find. Says the Hafetz Chaim on this pasuk. Listen to what he says. Amazing. He says, Tevat laila meramez ala kever. When it says al mishkavi balelot, that's a person who's sleeping at night, means it's sleeping le'olam va'ed, in the grave. Okay? V'hineh be'et adam hay ba'olam hazeh. Right? The person is living in this world. Kol teshukato ve'ahavato hu lemalot kol chefze haguf. Right? We are materialistic by nature. We have a body that has natural desires for material items, food and drink and pleasures and whatever they are. But okay, that's running after the pleasures of our physical being. Well, our bodies are made up of two parts. We have the body, right, and we have the neshama. Our nefesh, right, which is not being, we don't think about that part. We think about, I'm hungry, I'm tired, right? Oh, I need some food, I need money, all material things. But my neshama is lacking. We don't think about that. Aval, however, pared min haguf, once the neshama leaves the body, umitbonen ki kol yamav alu betohu, and then the neshama starts to think, what did I let this body do to me? Everything I did was a waste of time. Tohu, waste, nonsense. Ubekarov yavo lifnei kisei hakavod. So neshama is going to go up to Shamayim stand in front of Hashem. It's time to be judged on his life. Kama tzara v'yagon yesh lo. Umatchil להתבונן לבקש תחבולה. Try to find a way, some kind of trick, some kind of something, right? להציל עצמו מכוחות הדין. Going to be judged, and he wants to get out of the judgment. במה שיבקש כעת אחר הדברים שאהבה נפשו. Right? Because he's going to try to raise his level up to make himself better. Why? To look for was ahavat nafsho. What is that? Tehainu Torah mitzvot. V'lo yimtza'az. They're not available there. Why? Dechevan shemet adam na'aseh hofshi min Torah u min mitzvot. Right? We know the Gemara Shabbat says once a person dies, b'metim hofshi means that's it. No more mitzvot. And therefore, go back and read the pasuk like this. Al mishkavi balelot, says the Chafetz Chaim, when the person goes to lie down at Laila, which is death, bikashti et sha'ahava nafshi, I was looking for that which my neshama loves, which is the Torah, to be able to do mitzvot, because now that my body is separate from my soul understands that I really need to do the mitzvot, and my body is not holding back anymore, holding me back from doing it. Bikashtiv, I looked for the Torah, v'lo mitzativ. It's too late. Sorry, you can't find it. Too late. Shema Israel. Okay, scary thought. Vehu ma she'amar Shlomo hamelech alav hashalom. Right, this is similar to what Shlomo said. Kol asher timsa yadecha la'asot b'kochacha aseh. Anything that you know you have the power to do it. Ki en ma'aseh v'chashbon v'da'at v'chokhma b'sheol asher ata holech shama. Because there's no actions and there's no calculations and there's no knowledge and understanding in the grave where we all are going to be one day. V'hainu, ki ma she'en ha'adam oseh ad she'hakoach masur biyado mibor'o hu hakoach ha'bechiri ha'masur lo kol yemei hayav shehu bahem bechiri u'mitzuveh la'asot, right? Because while we're here, Hashem gave us this choice, this options to do the right thing. That's the bechira, the choice that he gave us, that was given to us. And not only that given to us, we're also commanded to do the right thing. You cannot do those mitzvot anymore in the grave. It's over. Too late. Finish. Again, if you didn't do it while you're alive, sorry, you missed the boat. It's too late. And if you didn't think about it in this world, well, sorry, but when you get there, you're not going to have time anymore to think that way. We'll finish with this paragraph. A person who did not become smart and knowledgeable and do the right things in this world, sorry. Whatever knowledge you amassed in this world is what you will take with you. Right? Person is praiseworthy when he gets to Olam Haba, he's got all his knowledge with him. But if you didn't prepare yourself over here and you get there, well, there's nothing waiting for you over there anymore. Okay, so we got through two levels, all right? There was a third one, which is the general population. We had the people that were at the top. We had the next level down, the people that were doing it for kavod. So it was the people that were doing it for shlemut, right? They wanted to reach their potential. They were the ones that were doing it for kavod. And now next week, B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to address the rest of the people. Ad kan, Moadim l'simcha, Hagiz Wanen Sason. I wish you all the beautiful Hag. And hopefully we'll see you tonight in the Hafla at the house. All the best. Take care. Bye.
Zak Baruch.
Zak Lemas.